Wind on the Bald Prairie at the Manitoba-Minnesota border, where a family of 4 from India died in 2022 trying to enter the United States. 1 American and 1 Indian national were convicted in a Minnesota court last month of human smuggling. And this week, an Indian law enforcement agency says it's found evidence of what it called human trafficking in the aftermath of the Minnesota tragedy. India's Enforcement Directorate claims more than 100 colleges based in Canada have entered into agreements with Indian organizations to provide false Canadian student visas. India's Enforcement Directorate alleges once some students make it to Canada, they attempt to cross into the U.S.
This type of fraud, of gaming our immigration system, has been going on for quite some time.
Kelly Sundberg is a former Canada Border Services agent and a professor of criminology at Mount Royal University in Calgary. He says Canada lacks the personnel and resources to screen college applications and prevent what he calls staggering numbers of people entering Canada under false pretenses.
We have an honor-based system, and it's being exploited by transnational criminals and other individuals who simply are taking advantage of a system that has virtually no oversight or enforcement attached to it.
Ken Zafman, a Winnipeg immigration lawyer, says you can't blame the Canada Border Services Agency alone for this. He says colleges bear responsibility for failing to thoroughly vet their applications.
They were addicted to international students to fund their programs, and this is across Canada.
Zafman says some colleges have very little interest in ensuring they're approving genuine students.
They chose to continue appointing agents outside of Canada to recruit international students with no control over what they were doing and how they were marketing it.
People get vulnerable, they get desperate.
Bob Hewish, an international development professor at Dalhousie University in Halifax, says private colleges have been set up in Canada to take advantage of migrants.
Suddenly, these students who have already paid thousands for an opportunity in Canada are now encouraged to go into other networks for labor or human trafficking, or in this case, smuggling across the border.
Colleges and Institutes Canada says it's not aware of any colleges involved in the allegations. The Office of the Immigration Minister did not comment. The RCMP say it's aware of the allegations and it's reaching out to India for more information. Tensions between Canada and India remain over the alleged targeting of Sikh activists in this country. Bart Lekivas, CBC News, Winnipeg.